The Ramones, Blondie, Talking Heads, Yankees, Mets, Giants, Jets, LIEGWB, FTR, and the BQE. Bus stops, taxi drivers, walk ups and high rises, Dicker Street and Mulberry, and the Staten Island Ferry, Rikers Island, Wall Street, MoMA, Lady Liberty.
Thank you so much. I always introduce my beautiful host, Mariana.
Hello, Vinny. How are you?
Did you miss me?
I did.
I was away for a little bit, and we have a great show tonight. But before
Yes, we do.
I introduce my guests, I want to tell you I was away on vacation, and I went to Jamaica.
Ah, how was it?
Let me put it this way: the hotel was okay, the rooms were nice, the people that worked there were great, the guests, everything was okay, except for the food. The food sucked.
You're
That was
kidding.
number one. And you can't leave the compound. About a half a mile away, they got like 4 checkpoints, before you could come into the hotel.
Right.
Just to keep the, people out of there.
Right.
And going to the hotel, we're on a bus, about 10 passengers on the bus, and you could see people living on the side of the road, like with these little shacks.
Oh my gosh.
That are like 8 by 8, and they had like meat hanging outside. I don't know what it was.
Oh,
maybe
jeez.
maybe they had it to dry out or something.
Oh.
With these little campfires outside their door with pots and pans, and they're still walking around with balanced bags on top of their heads.
Where exactly in Jamaica?
Montego Bay.
Montego Bay.
And I was there like 2 weeks, and let me put it this way. I think the next time Jamaica will see me is when I look at a map.
Or unless you get another movie, because you were filming a movie.
Unless if I get another movie. But, I'd rather not go to because they said they're going to bring me into town to a mall. So there was on the bus was about maybe 8 people. And their mall was driving into a parking lot, and there were 4 different stores. So I said, where's the mall? Oh, this is our mall.
Oh my
It was
gosh.
like 4 different stores. And they had like armed security with us. And
Your gun, too.
and what happened?
Tell about your gun.
Oh, the gun.
Oh, well, where
Tell
is it?
us about the
Oh.
gun.
Oh, well, I'm going to talk about that gun, too.
Okay, good.
Everybody wants to know about the gun. Okay. So they brought us into this mall with armed security, and we went into these 4 little stores. First of all, I wanted to buy bottled water because bottled water in the hotel, like, you would normally get it in New York or here, like $3.99, $4.99.
Which is expensive
for
enough.
24 bottles or 36.
Yeah.
Over there, it was $36 for a case of water.
Are you
I
kidding?
said, no, I'm not. I said, $36, forget about it. So we went to this so-called mall, and I bought a case of water for $9. And that was even a lot. But I said, you know what? It's better than 36.
Yeah. Big time.
Then when you get off the bus and you're going into these stores, we all have to go into the same stores at the same time because we had security with us.
Okay.
And they hang out outside these stores. And as you're walking by them, you can get high just smelling that reefer.
Oh my gosh.
I was getting the contact high. By the time I went to the second store, I was stoned already. And hello, Ma, how are you back there? Right? And now the worst part of it, then they stare at you. They're waiting for like the guard to either walk away or you to walk away from them.
Are you kidding?
Oh man, let me tell you something. They stare at you like a piece of meat. Like they don't know if they want your shirt, your jewelry, your pants, your shoes. If you had clean underwear, they probably take that too.
Oh my gosh.
And now coming back, I'm at the airport.
Yeah.
I'm going to customs. Guy looks at me, this little skinny, I don't even want to say it. Little skinny mother.
Be careful.
If you know what I'm saying.
Be careful.
I'll be careful. Skinny little runt. Willie, my boy, I'll be with you in a few minutes. So what happened is, guy looks at me, this skinny little runt.
Yeah.
I want to call him something else. He says, you cannot get on the plane with that. As we're talking about, he said, it's a replica of a gun, and you cannot get on the plane with that.
Are you kidding me?
I said, so we're going to have to confiscate it. I said, listen, don't even let it cross your mind, because you ain't getting this gun. I said, I've been around the world. I've been to Italy. I've been to Spain.
Yeah.
I've been to Finland, Sweden.
What did he think you were going to do with that?
I have no idea. You know what I told him?
Yeah.
I don't want to get into it. I don't want to get nasty. I said, if this was a woman's ass, what does that mean? I'm going to screw it all the way back to New York?
Oh, my God.
I'm sorry, but this is one thing you're not going to get. So you're not going to get on the plane. I don't care if I get on the plane.
I think he just liked it and he wanted it for himself.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it was.
And they said, so take it off your neck. I said, ain't getting off my neck.
Yeah.
So I said, I have attitude.
Ridiculous.
I don't even want to talk to you. I want to talk to your supervisor. Went to a few supervisors. And we had to put it in one of the bags. And it's not to be touched or put back on till I get to New York. Now I'm sitting there, and the plane was delayed about 4 hours.
Oh, my gosh.
And I'm sitting there all by myself waiting. And then this little skinny mother, if you know what I'm talking about.
Careful.
Yeah, you're right. Came over to me and just stared at my neck to see if I put it back on.
Are you kidding?
I swear to God. Came over to me and stared at my neck, and I looked at it. I was so pissed off. And I said, do you got an effing problem or what? He didn't say a word to me and left. But when I said that, everybody sitting around me all got up and they all ran. This guy's
they
nuts.
got a little nervous.
I'm going to start a fight over here.
Oh,
anyway,
geez,
so that's the hell. Don't go to Jamaica. And if you go
I
there,
hope not.
if you go there, carry a gun.
Oh, jeez. Or one of these.
Not one of these. Talking about one. Well, we're safe with this. It shoots blanks.
Oh, geez.
You know?
Vinny.
Ma, you're right back there. All right, but anyway.
She's enjoying it.
That's the end of that. So now.
Yes.
We have a great guest on tonight.
A fabulous guest.
Okay, and his name is Tommy.
Yes.
And also, come to find out later on that he used to hang out with a stepson of mine.
Oh,
is that correct, Tommy?
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, let me introduce
Welcome,
him.
Tommy.
Thank you.
All right, please give him a...
I totally understand about Jamaica. I had a 4-hour layover there, and the security guard's like, don't leave the airport. This is
You had a 4-hour
That's
layover?
kind of creepy.
Yeah, they didn't want us to leave the airport. They said it's very high crime. People will rob you. But I'm not quite the whole airplane check. He gets checked. My guide dog gets checked. And that's what they do every time we go on. So I totally understand where Vinny's coming from on that
Well,
situation.
can you explain to our viewers why you have a guard dog?
A guide dog. His name is Gibson. He's from San Rafael, California. Guide dogs for the blind. And you have to be a good cane traveler. And ever since I lost my sight, which was 9 years ago, I wanted a guide dog. And they pay for you to go out there. They give you a training seminar. They didn't have a lot of New York clients out here, so they actually brought him to me.
Oh, wow.
But I did go training out there in the San Francisco Bay Area, and it's a 4-week program, and I've had Gibson 4.5. Last Friday was his 6th birthday.
Oh,
so.
my gosh.
So
happy birthday, Gibson.
Happy birthday.
So you lost your full loss of vision 9 years ago?
Yeah.
At the age of 34?
25.
25.
I'm 34 now.
You're 34
yes.
now.
34,
Wow.
okay.
And what was this because of?
Advanced retinopathy, which is diabetic retinopathy.
Wow.
What happens is the retinas pull away. They fall, like your retinas would detach, but because you're not diabetic, you'll get them back to perfect vision. Mine is okay. The retinas are okay, but the scar tissue behind has blocked my central vision. So,
How long have you been a diabetic?
Since I was 7.
Oh my gosh.
Since you were 7.
Wow.
Because I'm a diabetic myself, but I got to take medication. And ever since I met you, now I'm very careful about what I do.
Right.
To be honest with you, because going blind isn't a joke.
Yeah.
You know, and over here, like, there's a bunch of questions that said, now how long have you been blind, and what are the circumstances surrounding your vision loss?
That would definitely be it, diabetes. In fact, I caught your show with Tony Dara, and I heard about the Detroit trip and how you were eating a lot of. I was like, I totally forgot when he's a diabetic.
Oh, jeez.
So I just totally forgot about that. But yeah, there's some blood regenerating behind the left eye, which is good. But I don't sit there and go, I wish, I can't wait, I can't. I just live day to day.
Right.
If it happens, it happens, you know.
I have to ask you a personal question. I'm sorry, Tommy. Only because I'm a diabetic.
Yeah.
Now, being a diabetic, and I mean, you did have your vision at one point.
Oh yeah, 2020.
Okay. Now, how did it all of a
2020.
sudden
Wow.
come on? And I mean, did you all of a sudden just wake up and you lost your vision?
No.
Were
Or
there
did
any
it-
symptoms?
What
prior
happened?
to?
I was working at Rockefeller Center doing the security jobs over
Oh
there
my
because I wanted to be
gosh.
a cop before I lost my sight.
Okay.
And I found out you could be a cop and diabetic. Firefighter's a little different, so
Mm-hmm.
I was looking to do that. And I live in Staten Island, and we take the Lincoln Tunnel through Jersey.
Okay.
And when I was going into the Lincoln Tunnel, it was still light out because it was summertime, and you get that little 5 seconds of darkness when you come out of the tunnel, like a little shadow vision.
Right,
when
right.
But the shadow vision lasts about
lasts-
15 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
So I got scared, and I was like, then it washed off. I was like, okay, maybe, you know. And then I started seeing blotches in my eye, like, and that's the sign of the cataracts that develops into retinopathy.
Oh my
And it started
gosh.
covering it and covering it.
And did you already have an idea or so of the
I
retinopathy?
did. I
You
did.
knew that it could
I
potentially...
gave my boss a 2-week notice, and I just, you know,
So you knew it was that? You
I
kind
knew
of
it was
had
something.
an idea. It was, okay.
I knew it was something, and I automatically went straight into to Manhattan Eye, Ear, and Throat.
Yeah.
I went to the best hospitals in Philadelphia, Wills Eye. Went to other specialists, Columbia Press.
For some preventative treatment, in a sense. Is
There
that
was
what you-
laser treatment, but I had about
Okay.
14 eye surgeries.
Oh my gosh.
And 3 what they call ambulatory, which is ventrectomies, to remove the oil that holds the retina.
Okay.
But I don't care what you say, that was surgery because I was in a lot of
Of
pain after.
course.
So it's like about 16 to 17 eye surgeries
Oh my
in a
gosh.
matter of a year and a half.
So this all of a sudden just came on, like within one day, like in the morning, you were able to see, and then
Coming home from work,
Yeah.
and the vision
and it
started
happened just like that.
Yeah,
Is there any signs that I should look out for myself?
blotchiness in the eyes.
Blotchiness.
Blotchiness
What
in
do you
the
mean
eyes.
by blotches?
Like if you feel like a little dark spot right there and it ain't going away. Sometimes it could be caused by allergies, but sometimes it could just be your cataracts.
I don't mean to make a joke out of it, but when I see a good-looking girl walking by, all of a sudden my vision is great.
He's a little blindsided by that.
Yeah, that's we all are. Even us blind people.
I look
we-
at Emily, and all of a sudden I got 20/20. You know, I'm sorry.
Don't look at her at all during the show.
No, I won't look. I'm going to leave her alone.
She'll be. If
Ma,
I
how are
can
you
see her
doing?
looking at Emily, then you know what? She's broken the blind research. We finally have to know how to get vision back and look at Emily. So we just.
So how did your lifestyle change once all of this? I mean, you obviously had to quit your job, and then
Yeah.
you went through all these surgeries.
I
and then,
was with a girlfriend.
okay.
Which she broke up with me, and at first I obviously thought it was good, but
Yeah.
it's hard to watch someone you love go through it, and I accept that, you know.
Of course.
I joined an organization, and I went through the vocational rehabilitation, which is the Commission for the Blind in New York, where everything had to change: Braille, labeling, traveling,
Right.
eating, drinking, everything. Everything had to change the way I was doing things. So it didn't hit my nerves as much as it hit my families, and they were very sad for me, but they were very optimistic. I have a good support structure.
Oh, that's great.
But the problem is that, you know, you have to go one day at a time with everything. So I just decided to go through I went through this organization, National Federation for the Blind.
Okay.
The first guy to give me a cane, his name was Carl Jacobson. He's the president.
Wow.
Well, he was the president. He stepped down. His wife Mindy is the president now of our state chapter for NFB, and just learned through osmosis, you could say.
Yeah.
You learn through everything. Like what people do when you're around it, you do it too.
I got a crazy question here. Now it says, what has changed in your life since losing your vision that you appreciate?
I can tell you right now, being blind, I have traveled more times in the last 9 years. I've gone to more places than I've ever done sighted. We have state conventions. I just got back from Orlando for our national convention. Different areas. I'm talking Detroit, Wyoming, Iowa, North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota, Louisville, Kentucky, Colorado. I lived in Colorado for 4 years. California. Just you get to appreciate the things that you get to travel with, you know.
Even though you can't see them, you still appreciated it?
Oh, yeah. When I went to Louisville, my first convention was in Louisville. I made sure to go to Muhammad Ali's house where he was raised. I made sure to go to the Louisville Slugger plant where the Louisville Sluggers were made. It's there. I'm there, you know.
That is incredible.
It's like, all right, do it.
Unbelievable. You know, I was going to invite you to my show on August 15th. They got a show here with all lingerie and all these girls with little skimpy. But I don't know if it's that. Unless if I give you the baby oil and you put it on them. I mean, I don't know.
But having your other senses have become so much more prominent now that you can.
I pick up on sense of smell, touch.
So the touch, there you go.
Everything.
Touch with
Yeah,
the oil.
there you go.
There, perfect.
Yeah.
I sense the smell and everything, but yeah, you know, it picks up, you know.
And as far as the organizations and that you go visit and all the different places, you have a massive support system now because most of the people that attend this, they are all in tune with your situation.
We're talking about 3,000 blind people going to a
gosh.
convention, and everything from technology to Braille literacy, which I'll bring up, what my fundraising does with a pair of parents.
I came to one of your fundraisers.
Yes, Vinny was at one. It was a big success. Vinny was a hit.
For the National Federation.
National Federation for the Blind of New York State's Parents of Blind Children, which I work with Maria Garcia. She's our state president. And we have a northern New York, we have Brooke Jensen and Jessica Brown. They head up the north, upstate. And what we need right now with parents of blind children is blind literacy, Braille literacy, excuse me. And Braille in the New York public school system, a lot of the higher ups want to say that Braille is not needed. They get these tablets now, which is all good and fine, but it also debilitates learning Braille. Braille is a language.
Of course.
To learn.
How long did it take you to finally?
Grade 1 and 2, 3 months.
3? You're kidding.
Yeah. Well, when you go into a training center, I'll bring that up later, that's all you have. But the problem we have right now is these kids, they're being basically told, this is how we're learning things, we'll spend this money, get you this nice little laptop and everything, and it talks to you, which is great.
Right.
But you have to pick up Braille. Okay, Braille is an everyday language for blind people.
Absolutely.
These kids, we're talking from ages 3. I have a blind goddaughter in New Mexico. She's 5. She's learning Braille. And I got to tell you right now, it's needed. It's very much needed, and it's a problem. The New York Board of Ed on some levels think it's archaic, and technology is fine. I have no problem with technology. But that's like telling you, you know what? I don't know what your native language is. What's your native?
It's Spanish.
Okay, it's like telling you, well, you're Spanish and you speak perfect English,
right.
So we're not gonna do anything Spanish for you.
No more, you're done. Right.
And that's the way it is with, that's not fair.
No,
you have these little kids. Maria's daughter is 16.
Okay.
Laura, and we want to mainstream into public schools, and that's what we try to do with Braille literacy. Louis Braille, he learned at 12, he created at 12 years old.
So is this the main thing you're working on within the Federation?
With the parents of the blind children, yes. I do it because I was going through my movies, and this isn't a joke, and I was brailing out what my movies were. And I popped in one, I didn't know what it was. It was an HBO film called And the Band Played On. And that was about AIDS research and how they came up with that. And I was just looking into it, and I was so curious about it, and I was realizing that's life or death. And no money was getting pushed into that. And obviously, I had different circumstances of how we could raise money for, It's not hard to get the word out. The problem
of course not. It's getting the word out. It's just actually initiating.
People don't understand, if you have something to talk to you, why do you need Braille?
Right.
Why do you need to read?
Exactly.
Why do you buy a book?
Exactly.
And we're all fine. We're not against the technology, but we are. I have a Braille Note, which is it's like a blind MacBook, but it has Braille display. So anything I type comes up to Braille. That's the way it should be done.
Wow.
But these schools, public schools, don't want to take the initiative. They feel like, oh, we got a talking program on the computer. Why do you need Braille?
Why do you need it? No.
So tell me something, Tommy. Like when I call you, do you know that it's me?
Yeah.
How do you know that it's me?
It says Vinny Vella. Talks to me.
Hey, what?
My cell phone says Vinny Vella.
Oh,
Vinny Vella.
That is incredible.
Yeah. It's called the TTY.
So you got one that talks.
Yeah. I can text all sorts of things. It's on the Sprint. It's just called the TTY. Some phone companies have, some don't.
I have a phone that I got about 57 don't answers on it because people, they're pain in the asses. And when they call me up and they say something stupid, as soon as they hang up, I program them as don't answer.
Don't answer.
So if I had that same phone,
hopefully nobody's here. That you've done that too.
None of them are here.
You haven't picked up my phone call. What happened? Yeah.
So that phone would say don't answer then.
Yes.
Oh. I would hear that all day
That's
long.
a good screen.
Yeah.
That's a good process. You hear it's like don't answer.
Don't answer.
That's the way it is.
I got 57 don't answers on there.
Yeah. I have some people I don't like calling me that call me all the time and just like go away, you know. Like I wish my voice synthesizer can just say, not here, you know, just.
How do you go about texting?
Oh, it's very simple. I've texted you a few times, so you know that I'm doing all right with it.
Look at that.
Yeah, so it's all right. I got used to it. I just started texting a few months ago.
Did you have to go through training to learn all of?
Yes, through the commission. I went to a place called Colorado Center for the Blind.
Okay.
It's in Littleton, Colorado. I was living right across the street from where Columbine was, and the movie theater in Aurora. I've been there many a times when I lived out there for 4 years, where the shooting tragedy happened. So when things like that happen too, I try to figure out how we can do fundraising for that. It's a 9-month program. It's called an ITP, Independent Training Program. And what it is they teach you life skills, cane traveling, Braille, and computer technology.
And within those 9 months, did you feel comfortable enough to then go on your own?
They give you what's called sleep shades. When I went there, I had a little sight. So what they do is they put sleep shades on you. And the object of the sleep shades is to do activities like a blind person. So when you take the shades off, you're already ahead of the game, even if you have some sight.
Right.
My first week there, they do confidence booster activities. Rock climbing. I've done rock climbing. Snowboarding in the Colorado mountains.
That is incredible.
Whitewater. My first week was whitewater rafting, and it wasn't like the ones you see up here in Pennsylvania. I mean, it was the Arkansas River, and it was heavy waves.
Yeah.
And I was getting knocked around, but they were showing me stuff while I was doing it, and it's not like I didn't enjoy it. I did. Canoeing in Lake Granby, which is up in the mountains. And I loved it so much, training. I stayed out there for 4 years. I never lived alone until I moved out to Colorado. So I didn't give myself a Jersey space.
Did you go mountain climbing and all that stuff too?
What?
Yeah, he did. Look at that.
I halfway got done with what was called a double diamond when I went with friends, like sighted friends. Right before I left, a few months before I left, we went up to where Aspen is.
Another personal question. Did you ever go parasailing?
I went once when I was sighted.
Oh, okay.
But they do that.
I went parasailing in Jamaica, and right after, a couple of days later, I seen 2 girls on a parachute on the parasail. It broke, and they were slamming into hotels and buildings and all that stuff. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see that.
And they landed in a parking lot in critical condition.
Oh my
But when I was up there, it was a 1,000-foot cord.
Yeah.
And I'm not no lightweight, and I kept hearing. And when I was up there, I was telling the guy, like, get me down, and he's waving to me. And I'm hollering up there, like, get me down, you mother, and he's waving to me. That noise scared the hell out of me.
We've done skydiving. I haven't done it, but.
Would you like to?
I've spoken to some people, and we're planning to do it soon. I'll tell my family about it because they'll freak out.
He
is a I wouldn't even do it with my eyesight. With no eyesight.
I'm going for my tattoo, the Daredevil, right on my right.
Are you really?
Yeah, my friend. He was my favorite superhero before I lost my sight.
Oh my
gosh. I think it's coincidental.
Yeah.
And I loved him as a comic book character when I was little, and I said, wow. And he's just like, legal research, lawyer, incredible. And I didn't put that together till last
year.
So
speaking of which, what do you do for a job now, or what are you studying?
What are you doing? I'm in legal research for City Tech, which is downtown Brooklyn, J Street. It's got a powerful internship program, powerful legal studies program, which I'm in, and I'm doing that. Work-wise, I working with a company called TJ Cicero Entertainment.
That is incredible.
TJ, who's Tommaso, who's been my friend for years, his cousin is Joe D'Onofrio from Goodfellas and Bronx Tale. But I grew up with TJ. He was like my baby brother. And when I'm doing these fundraisers for parents of blind children and NFB, he wants to help. And I seem to, when I'm doing these fundraisers, grab corporate sponsors. Even if it's to donate a laptop or a tablet as a raffle prize. I have a rapport with the business community on that, and TJ saw that and he grabbed me for it. In fact, we're doing something in September for the Bailey House. Bailey House is a organization that helps terminally ill homeless people, everything from cancer to AIDS. And Justin Bartha, who played Doug in The Hangover, is our honorary chair. We got him to do it. So we're working together, and TJ has kept the door open for me on any projects I want to do.
Nothing is stopping you, Tommy. You're absolutely remarkable.
I can't wait for you to get that tattoo. Yeah. Now listen, we only have just 2 minutes left. So first of all, before we go off the air, has anybody heard about those 2 girls in Fort Lauderdale on the parasailing?
No.
Slamming into the hotel and all that. This was just like last week. Okay.
And that's where my parents live, in Fort Lauderdale.
And then last week, a kid on a jet ski in Long Island fell off.
That I heard about.
That you heard about. And he had the life preserver on, and he still drowned.
Oh, my gosh.
Now, I go jet skiing all the time. I go parasailing. Jet skiing I still will do, but parasailing, I don't know about that. Because when I heard... I thought that rope was breaking, and it scared the hell out of me.
Well, I'm going to give the webpage.
Yes.
That's what I want to do.
Please do.
Tommy, I just want to thank you so much for coming on the show today. And you know that if there's anything that I could do for you, you got my number. Yes. You know that, right?
Yes, I do.
And you call me. I want to thank my audience. I want to thank Mariano.
Thank you so much,
and all my
Thank you so
guests.
much, Tommy. You want to give the website really quick?
Yes, it's www.blindnewyorkers.org. You can look at the Parents of Blind Children division, and then my company that I work for, tjcicero.com, and you can go on there and check out what we're doing. Great for fundraising.
You're amazing, Tommy.
So much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Gibson. Yay, thank you.